Refreshing.
What is this, an ASMR podcast? And does the S stand for smell? Uh,
It should.
Comedy.
Oh, plenty of that here on Level With Me.
Mike, the snow has not ceased. It's still bad out there.
Oh, no.
It's getting colder and colder every day. It literally was like freezing rain last night. Shout out to those poor people in Texas who cannot deal with what's going on down there.
Yeah, I saw that. There was like a big, like gigantic cold front just shooting down the Midwest part of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely not equipped to deal with snow.
Yeah, I saw many tweets of people who live in, like, I assume, like, the Midwest, and they were saying, like, okay, we're sick of these once-in-a-lifetime moments happening, you know? Because there have been so many in recent months.
Yeah. Sick of these once-in-a-lifetime things. That's funny. Oh, Lord.
But yes, hello, everyone. We are here again for another episode of Level With Me. Before we get into the actual podcast, let's talk about some other things real quick first. So first things first, it was Valentine's Day weekend, and I had a terrific Valentine's Day weekend with Megan in Pittsburgh.
That's very nice.
Yeah, dude. So the weekend overall was good. I don't mean to, like, it wasn't the best it could have gone, but it had nothing to do with, like, you know, me and Megan. Like, we had a great time. It was just, I wish we could have got more stuff, or we were able to do more stuff in Pittsburgh while we were there. We kind of, even though we decided to travel, we did still want to play it somewhat safe due to the, COVID-19 pandemic. So we got to do a few cool things, but, like, I wish I got to explore a little bit more of the city itself. Not to mention, it was just, like, you know, still cold, and they had snow and ice up there, so we couldn't even really necessarily just, like, walk around in Pittsburgh like we did the previous time we came up. But anyways, some of the things that we actually got to do is I got to check out the Andy Warhol Art Museum. That was really cool. It's actually, like, I think it's just all one big building, and it's, like, super tall. There's, like, 7 or 8 floors, and you kind of, like, you're supposed to, like, take the elevator and start at the top, and then you kind of work your way down. But because of COVID-19, you know, me and my girlfriend were kind of, like, iffy on the elevator situation, so we're like, well, I guess we're just gonna walk every floor. Shout outs to my thighs. They were really aching by the time I got to the top floor. Not to mention, you know, those masks aren't designed for you to, like, do a lot of exercise, so we were really, like, heaving once we got to the top floor. We needed to, like, take a 5-minute break, be like, okay,
Your masks were just dripping with sweat.
Pretty much.
COVID.
Yeah. But yeah, that was really cool. You know, I enjoy a good art museum. There were some cool exhibits and learned some new stuff about Andy Warhol. That was neat. But besides that, the only other thing we really did is we went to a mall, and, you know, it is a mall in the year 2021. It's like, you kind of scratch your heads and be like, should these things exist? In my heart, I say yes, but I have no reason to go to a mall. There's nothing in a mall that I really would want, other than maybe, like, clothing, I guess.
I went to a mall just recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's funny. I was looking for a jewelry store to get a gift for Amanda, and I was like because I moved recently, I'm thinking, like, okay, well, I don't really know any of the jewelry stores in the area, and I'm thinking, like, yeah, you know, like, downtown, some of these jewelry stores might just be, you know, like, just like little, like, not sketchy, but just like I just didn't know them all enough. And I know there's a big one called Jewelers Row, but then I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm not buying, like, a wedding ring. I'm just trying to look for like nice jewelry to give her. So I said, oh, I'll just go to the mall. You know, K Jewelers or what's the other one they have? Well, you know, like, stores like that. I
figured even go in, like, department stores like Boscov's or something.
Yeah, they all have little jewelry departments. But then so yeah, I had to go to the mall for the first time in a very long time. I went to the mall, and I'm not gonna lie, I really missed it. It was kind of a shame seeing how dead the mall was. like in malls that are normally pretty crowded.
Yeah, and it is hard to tell, like, if that's just of the times or if it is because of COVID.
I'm pretty sure it's because of COVID. I think like even though like obviously like people were all about like shopping online, like COVID really like made that become like a more of a standard nowadays. But yeah. I think like if let's just say COVID never happened, I think the malls would still be definitely more populated than what they are right now.
You know, I definitely am feeling what you're saying because, yeah, for a lot of people, especially, like, I guess, preteens and, like, teens, like, the mall is kind of like a hangout spot, so to say. And I think that still does kind of exist. And, I mean, I'm even guilty of it. I can't tell you how many times me and Megan just went to, like, different malls and just kind of explored. We didn't necessarily want to buy anything, but we were like, oh, it'll kill time, you know, go through the mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I think is weird about how they're doing, you know, malls in the pandemic is a lot of stores will limit how many people are inside them. So naturally, all the stores have like lines. So it's almost like you're walking into like an amusement park or something. Like, oh, what's the wait time to get into the Gap? Oh, what's the wait time to get into, you know? Soon they're gonna have to start putting up those signs. That's like the wait time is only 50 minutes. To get into Old Navy, what kind of deals they got in there? But yeah, this mall, we went in like one store. As I was typing this out, I was like, what did we even look at in the mall? And I think we just did a lap. And then my girlfriend wanted to get a gift for one of her coworkers, which was in the Lego store. And I'm like, oh, I'm always down to go in the Lego store. That's fun. And I think that took almost like 10 minutes for us to get in there. That place was, you know, pretty busy.
Yeah. I've heard the tales of the Lego store lines.
It was pretty cool in there, though. It's been a minute since I've been in a Lego store, but I appreciate all the top end models that are over hundreds of dollars. I was actually shocked that they had the Lego NES kit. They had a few of them, and I was like, oh, I thought these things were really hard to find, but I guess you could get them. Same with the little Lego Marios.
Did you get it?
Oh no, I think it was like $300 or something. I personally I couldn't drop that
even
right
for
now.
Retail.
Yeah,
even for retail. My gosh.
Yeah. I definitely would love to own one of those things at one point, and they had one on display, which was really cool. But yeah, I couldn't drop that right now. But yeah, I think that stuff is neat, as well as, like I was saying, all the other high-end kits that are like 5,000 pieces, but then you get like an almost like identical model of something made of Legos. Shoutouts to the huge Millennium Falcon. That's like $800. That's like they had that on display too. That thing is massive, dude. It's like the size of my torso.
Jeez.
Yeah.
My buddy Pete actually got one of the Star Destroyers like sets. You know, they're worth like over $1,000 or something. Like, it's like one of those like really hard to find sets.
Yep.
And he assembled it, and it is just massive. Yeah, it's cool though.
He can really actually use that thing to destroy planets. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's it's not, you know, a 1-to-1 size replica, you know, but it is a Star Destroyer. It can destroy planets.
Oh, my bad. You're right. It's smaller, so maybe it can only destroy like a meatball or something.
It can destroy Pluto. That's the only planet it can. Oh, it's not even a planet anymore. So.
The dwarf planet. Hey, speaking of meatballs, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit here, but when we were in Pittsburgh, you know, we were looking at all the different places to DoorDash, and I was surprised to see that there was a place that was specifically just meatballs, like that was their thing. And I was like, huh, you don't see that every day.
Oh, honey, I'm home. But not really. It has to be pizza only.
Okay. Where was I here? So, yeah, the mall and the Andy Warhol Museum, that's pretty much all we did. The Airbnb we stayed at, it was pretty nice. Everything, you know, accounted for. Although, we were living like penguins half the time, because the heat would go off and on. We couldn't figure it out. It was like, it would hit like a certain high point, and then it would like just turn off. And we're like, what the heck is going on here? So like half the time we were just like bundled up, like, you know, we were almost outside. It was kind of unpleasant. But that was the worst part. What else here? Oh, also another part that actually kind of sucked is the walls were like surprisingly thin. So like we just had to be sure not to be like too loud because I guess there was like another Airbnb under us in the same building, and we could actually hear them a little bit too. So that was kind of annoying because like I always had to think, or we both like had to think in the back of our heads like, oh, we got to, you know, be conscious of that. And I even think the Airbnb mentioned that, you know, if you cause too much of a commotion, they could like upcharge you for like a noise complaint. So we were really trying to be on our toes because we were worried about that. But yes, I'm losing myself all over the place. I wrote down a big list of what I did in Pittsburgh. Bear with me, guys.
Tell me more.
Okay, so about the Airbnb, something that I thought was weird and interesting is the TV situation. You know, you go away, and usually you and your friends or family, significant other, whatever, mount around the TV, and, you know, you guys kind of figure out what to watch. Now it's getting weird because, you know, some places don't have cable. They just have, like, Roku TV or Netflix or whatever. They have, like, a smart TV. And this place had Roku TV, like I just mentioned. And I've never experienced the pure essence of Roku TV. And it was a wild place, my dudes. So I guess Roku TV, basically what it is they take, like, they get, like, I don't know if you have to pay for this, but there was, like, some licensed content. Like, there was, I was watching a little bit of Hell's Kitchen, and there was some, like, HGTV or whatever it's called, like the DIY stuff. But then, like, some of the channels were, like, really odd, and they were almost like YouTube videos or, like, I don't know, man. There was, like, an esports channel, I believe, like a channel just for, like, competitive video games.
That's kind of neat.
There was a channel that was just about video games, so basically it was like a YouTube video game channel but on TV. I think it was called like the V or the Ven, something like that. And that was kind of interesting. I was watching a little bit of that. Like they had like almost like their own podcast one time when I turned it on, and then another time they were just like people playing the like new Call of Duty Zombies mode, and I was like, huh, this is kind of cool seeing this on TV. Giving me a little bit of a G4 vibe, but more like modern, I guess. And there were even some interesting cooking shows I never really saw before. One notably was I forget the name of the chef. I didn't recognize him. He was like this somewhat older gentleman. He had glasses. He had like a little goatee. He's a little fat. I don't know what his name was. Forgive me, but what his gimmick of his show was is he would visit foreign countries or like states or you know, he'd just go to like a different location.
Oh man, foreign states. Hate those places.
Yeah, Florida. Who wants to go there? And then
I like Florida.
Then he would cook a traditional meal using the traditional cooking methods with local guests. So, for example, he actually visited like a farm town in Pennsylvania. I don't know which specifically. I mean, Pennsylvania is like 90% farm towns. But he cooked the whole meal in like these little cast iron like pans over like an open fire in like an old barn or something like that. And the meal was a lot of like vegetables that they all were growing out in the farm, like all different kinds, like sweet potatoes. They had okra. They did like this beautiful dish where they got like fish from the river. It was really cool, like watching them make these traditional dishes, as well as, like I said, it's all like local, and there's like these people helping them. It was really neat. But what we mostly spent the time watching when we were indoors, we were mostly in our Airbnb, by the way. Like, we only went out a very limited amount of time, so we were either doing this or, I don't know, like just trying to figure out what we were gonna eat or whatever. But most of the time, what we did is we were just watching all the way at the end of Roku TV. There were the coolest, best channels, and there was like 8 different like music video channels, and we just cycled through those for most of our viewing time. And I I loved it. I hope Megan loved it as much as I did. I think she did, but it was great, man. I love music videos, so I was just super happy to see them on TV again, because, I mean, you go look them up on YouTube. I even did that once we came back, but I just like the randomness of a music, like classic MTV, where you don't know what you're going to get next on the hopper, essentially.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. I was really digging that. And, I got to check out some new, like, artists and songs. Well, maybe they're not new. I don't know how this Roku TV music video thing does. But that was cool. I really dug that. And then besides that, like I mentioned, we were just pretty much surfing DoorDash the rest of the time we were in the Airbnb. And considering I live in the middle of nowhere, when we go to a nice metropolitan city, we're always like overwhelmed by the amount of options that are, able to order your food. So we also wanted to make sure we try to get, like, we're not just going to go there and order like Papa John's or something like that. We want to get like DoorDash, something that's local and pretty good.
Or Domino's.
Maybe Domino's. If the Hut's in town, I'm getting that. But yeah, I want to shout out, we had these fantastic Korean chicken wings. They were super, super good. Some of y'all might have saw that on my Instagram or my Twitter. Yeah, they were super, super good. Also, I want to shout out that I DoorDashed Cold Stone, which might have been the lowest point in my life. That's pretty bad. Also, it was just weird. Like, we couldn't get water to our Airbnb. We tried like several different like convenience stores and pharmacies. We just wanted some water, like water bottles. It took us so many times. They kept getting canceled, or people wouldn't pick them up. I don't know, man. There's
for water.
Yeah, it was really. It's not that it was necessarily hard to find. It was just every time we would order just like some water bottles or something, it would get canceled or something. Now, we were ordering, like, gallons of water or cases of water. We're not just ordering 2, like, 16-ounce bottles. We wanted to order, like, a decent-sized amount for a delivery, but still.
Can we please have the element of life? No.
I guess go just stick your head outside and eat some snow if you're thirsty.
That's true. We're just, drink from the hose.
And, I mean, that was pretty much the trip. I also wanted to point out that before we left, I did grill up me and Megan a delicious steak dinner. I really enjoyed grilling in the middle of the winter. There's something primal about making food over an open flame. It did take me a while to get that flame lit, though. That was a challenge. But then all I'm going to say other than that is right before we left for the Pittsburgh weekend Valentine's Day vacation, I also got back to Soul Joe's Heated Comedy Tent, and I saw comedian Mark Norman, and he brought a few guys with him, and it was great. It was a hilarious show, and that was pretty much my week. I think it's gonna be pretty light once we get to what I've been watching and playing, because I was spending a lot of time with my girlfriend this weekend, so I don't have too much to say. All right, Mike, I've been talking for about 70% of the podcast so far. Why don't you say some words?
Okay, well, we also did some things, for the weekend. It was Valentine's Day, and we didn't go to Pittsburgh. We didn't order water via Grubhub or whatever
DoorDash.
service you're using. DoorDash, excuse me.
You can.
I would love to
good
order
luck.
a bottle of water.
Good luck.
I know, thank you. And then when I get my little bottle of Dasani, you're gonna be like, "What the heck, Mike? How'd you do it?" But yeah, unfortunately, again, a really long week at work. So this weekend, I kind of just wanted to just get some stuff done around the house, spend time with Amanda. Unfortunately, she had to work Saturday, but she was off Sunday and Monday, so we had a lot of nice time to spend together on that. For the second half of our 3-day weekend, which was also nice. We both did have off Monday, so for President's Day.
President's Day, very nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. And we just exchanged gifts, and I actually was offering to make a very nice breakfast, because one of the gifts I got Amanda was a new waffle iron that we've never had before. So like, oh, that's kind of neat. We can actually make traditional Belgian waffles with this thing. So I gotta look up some nice like good recipes to actually make like proper like waffle batter, I guess you want to call it, or I'm guessing you can probably just use like pancake batter or pancake mix, but I want to make
sure
really
you can.
good.
But yeah, I'm not sure. You should just look it up. You got
I'll use a good old Google or YouTube and look up just so I can make really good Belgian waffles. And
Pinterest is good for recipes.
I really should check out Pinterest. I know I probably sound like a terrible person. I know it's very popular for women, but yeah, there are a lot of like good like food recommendations, recipes, and little tricks of the trade on there.
That's mostly. By all means, I'm not offended by when you say that, because I also assumed the same thing. And then one of my other friends mentioned like, oh hey, it has a lot of like great recipes, and I was like, oh yeah, it does. So like whenever I'm about to like try a new like type of thing, like I usually always go on Pinterest to find a recipe.
Yeah. So there's that. They are nice little cards. I actually got a card I got a card for our dog to give to Amanda, and I thought it was kind of cute. So I wrote like with like how dog like baby speak, like all the letters were all like mixed up and everything, saying like to mommy from Leo. It was kind of cute.
Man, Leo needs to stop gambling. He could have bought that card himself.
Yeah, it's hard, man. There's a new casino downtown, and I can't bring Leo home. He just always goes out at night, and he comes home really late in the morning.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, pun intended, I'm sure. Get it? Oh. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, but we just stayed home, and it was nice. And I was offering like, hey, do you want to like go somewhere? Go to a restaurant or go out of town? But yeah, we kind of just said, we'll just hang out together, because it's been kind of tough trying to spend a lot of time together because of my busy work schedule.
That's fair.
And hers too. So we kind of just we just kind of like hung out at home, cuddled, watched some movies, and which I'll mention when we get to our later half of the podcast. But yeah, overall, it was very nice. Definitely a nice, needed, relaxing weekend. On Saturday though, I was trying to finish up more work around the house. We actually finished painting our kitchen, and it turned out really nice. Actually, Amanda even did this one thing where so we painted the walls I think it's called French gray, and all of our cabinets are it's brown wood. I don't know what kind of oak or elm. I don't know what's true. I wouldn't know, but so it's like all of our cabinets are brown, and the backsplash is brown as well. It's kind of like a stone like backsplash. So we painted the walls like the French gray, and the trim was white, and it looked really nice. But Amanda did say that she hates the backsplash because it's like too much brown. And so I said, I know, and I would love to get a new one, but they're expensive. So we looked up a method to like paint the backsplash, but it's called whitewashing. And so you kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like you're bleaching it. And so Amanda did it, and she did it in like a matter of like a day. And she actually got the backsplash to look really nice, because now it looks like it's like almost like a faded white or like a gray. It kind of almost resembles like marble. I can't really describe it, but it looks really nice. Like for just like applying this I don't know, like a paste or something to it. But it turned out really nice, and now it matches so much better with the gray and the white along the with the walls from the painting. And the kitchen looks incredible. And now that she finished all the painting, I then had to go around and replace all of the electrical sockets and the light switches and the outlets, because they're just, the wiring in the house is just complete garbage. And so it was funny, because then the last couple I had to do, there was like right where the back door is, there's a light switch that goes to the light out back, like our little like floodlight, and then there's an outlet, and there's an outlet beneath it. And I did not know the break, like at the main breaker in the basement, I could not find the disconnect to turn off the power to that wall. Like, because that's the problem. Like, not only were there multiple I mean, like it's one thing for like for the main breaker to have like one disconnect for the refrigerator, maybe one for all the like the lights and the outlets, and then maybe one for like, the dishwasher. But there was like multiple, like several, disconnects for the kitchen lights, and it was really confusing because like. And the worst part is like that disconnect, the main breaker panel. All the disconnects are poorly labeled. Some of them have terrible spelling too. It was funny. Like I didn't realize that like the previous owners had like just horrible spelling mistakes. Like the dryer was like DRYR, and I'm like, okay, that's not how you spell dryer. At least I'm pretty sure it's how you spell dryer. I think kitchen was spelled wrong. Like all weird things, and then so. Not only was that just like like annoying me because I'm like a grammar Nazi, but also some things are just wrong. Like there are some things where I'm like, okay, like I'm hitting the breaker, but the lights are still turning on in my kitchen. So I had to eventually figure out like, okay, these are on the same circuit as the living room lights, and the outlets on one wall were not on the same circuit as the outlets on the other wall, and they were actually on like just random circuits that like. It was really confusing, and I could not figure out which circuit was for the back door. And so...
Oh, ironic that you're talking about this.
Why?
Whoa.
Did you mess up our dishwasher?
Wait, what was that?
Our dishwasher won't work now.
Oh,
no.
Snap.
An engineer for nothing.
True. You just hit it with a wrench, and it's like, oh, it works. Perfect.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, just hit it with a bigger wrench. And then if it doesn't work, just buy a new one.
Yeah, just move.
You just buy a new house.
You're better off just replacing everything. You know, it can get cursed.
Clearly, it's haunted, and I'm not dealing with that crap.
All right. What were you talking about? So I think you were talking about replacing all that stuff before we cut off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So anyway, it's typical Level With Me podcast, interruptions and all that stuff.
Yep.
It's happening again. But no, yeah, so I was just replacing the outlets and the light switches, and so finally I found the right disconnect, and I had to erase whatever was there and like write in the correct words, like this is for the back door. And so that's all taken care of now, which I'm very happy about. And now we're just actually waiting the next thing to work on is the basement, because we're getting some new furniture in I think this upcoming Monday. So that's very exciting. So now because right now whenever I do play like my Switch, because I have the Switch in the basement, I just have a little folding chair that I sit on. So it'll be nice getting like a nice like sofa and everything down there.
I thought you were just gonna go for the full upgrade and get the one that like kind of has the little armrests and the cup holder.
Yeah. I have a beach chair down there with like the with that like attachable like sun blocker thing. It's kind of like a giant it's kind of like two armchairs stuck together, but then the one on top like blocks the sun for you. That's kind of what I have. So that way I don't get sunburn in the basement.
And then when it gets hot out, you also put a little kiddie pool down there, and you just kind of put the chair in there, and you just hang out.
And just splash my feet in it, cool off. That's the life, man. With the beer in my hand. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my weekend. Nothing too crazy. Just spending time with Amanda for Valentine's Day, and just working on the house as per usual. Nothing too exciting. Oh, I did actually finally get my submission ready for PSA to get some more cards graded. I actually have the stack right here. It's actually my biggest submission yet, because it's not just my cards. I think I have like a whole. Gosh, I forget how many cards I have, but I also have some of my buddy Pete's cards that he had like saved up for the longest time. It's a bunch of Pokemon cards and some of his favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then a guy from work says he actually found like a collection as well of like old base set 2 Pokemon cards, which have all gone up in price as well, like along with all the first set stuff. And so I said, yeah, I'll grade them for you. So I got their cards, which I think this totals like what 1, 2, it's probably like 16 cards right here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, probably like 18 or 19 cards just with that for them alone. Oh no, there's 2 more. Yeah, I think they have like 20 some cards together, and then I have
wow.
but I think I have gosh, I definitely have I have a lot here too. I have a whole combination of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and and some of these are all originals. I have some Japanese ones that I really like. Got some newer Pokemon stuff that I've picked up over time, and I definitely have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I have. It took me forever to do this, but I had a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh cards from my previous or one of my previous PSA submissions, and I was not happy with the grades, so I decided to actually crack them open and resend them out because I feel like they must have been misgraded. I don't agree with them. Some of them were PSA 5s, and I can understand them maybe getting a PSA 8 or even a 7, but the 5s were really blowing me away because 5 is just I've seen plenty of PSA 5s in Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. And usually 5s indicate a lot of whitening, scratches, just clear, visible play, or I guess if you want to use the word damage, actual damage. But I did not agree with it was a Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare. There was a Power Tool Dragon Ultimate Rare, all getting 5s, and I just did not agree with that. So they were all cracked out. Oh, as well as my Rainbow Dragon First Edition Ghost Rare. I think that one got a 6, and I felt like I don't see it. So I thought instead of me because you guys resubmit the cards in the case, but I'm thinking you know what, I don't want them to look at that and think, oh, this card got a 5 for some reason, and they'll hold that in their mind. I said no, just crack it open, send it in as a brand new card. I am very certain I'm going to get them back at a higher grade, and if I don't, then oh my, that'll be something to catch on camera. Oh man. So that'll be and that's something I'll make a video on my channel. The collector's vault for when I get these back. But I haven't really. I'm curious that I'm worried that the submission time or the turnaround time might be a while. So we'll see.
I saw you got called out as a scammer.
That was funny.
Scalper, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna review any names, but yeah, someone because I made a post about how I had some of these these Pokemon sets that came out. The pack was called Champion's Path, and similar to Pokemon and or similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon has their main core sets, and then they have a couple spin-off sets. And this is kind of a spin-off set that doesn't actually have a booster box for it. They come in these 4-pack tins and boxes that you get at Targets and Walmarts and stuff. But that's basically all or I guess Barnes and Noble. But sometimes they're kept in these plastic frames, so that way they're on display within the cardboard box. There's these plastic holders that hold up the big jumbo promo cards, and they hold the 4 packs in there. And sometimes over time they just kind of just fall out. And so I put up a picture of theirs and hey, look, I actually am showing off just some of my my sealed Champion's Path stuff, and I made a little comment saying, "Don't worry, the packs are in there. You just gotta shake the box a little bit." And someone did message me, again, no names, but someone did message me and say hey, I know what kind of person you are. You're one of the guys that are probably gonna sell this to somebody and scam them because I bet you did remove the packs from that box. And I'm just. Again, I killed the guy with kindness, and I said, I would never do that, sir. I am a kind individual who follows the way of Jesus Christ, and I feed the homeless. I would never do something as horrible as that. But again, I really didn't want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I kind of just said, whatever. It's not true, so I really don't care what you say. But I thought it'd be kind of entertaining just to kind of I guess call the guy out by saying, hey, someone did come to me saying this, but obviously I'm not going to give any names. And I thought, hey, I'll make a video showing you that this box was actually one of the boxes that I could not find the 4th pack, but I knew it was in there because the box was sealed. And technically, if there was no pack in there, then I was scammed by Walmart, or maybe it's a factory error box. So I made a little video opening up that box on the channel, and sure enough, the 4th pack was just hidden behind the promo card. It just fell behind, So I was able to kind of give myself a little bit of a little bit of like a pat on the back saying, "Look, Mike, you're not a scammer. You're a nice guy. People do like you, and you will become president of the United States one day. You just gotta believe hard enough."
It would have been funny if like you just kept shaking the box and be like, "Oh, look, and there's another pack in here. Oh, there's another pack. Oh, there's a structure deck. What is that? Another collector's tin?" Like just kept pulling out stuff.
A graded Pokemon card falls out. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, a brand new PS5.
That actually would have been a really... Oh, Corey, you just gave me a great idea for a video now. That's actually a really... Oh my gosh, I can title the video the greatest factory error ever, like factory error box ever. That's actually really funny.
That did remind me when I was on like my little trip in Pittsburgh. I was like going through a little bit of your old like videos on your Collector's Hold channel, and I saw you open that one. I think it was called like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster box or whatever, the one that came with like 10 packs.
Yeah, I think it was cool.
That was pretty interesting. And I was gonna ask you, did like Konami recently reprint like those like Legend of Blue Eyes packs? Because that was a newer one. Like the logo wasn't their original logo. You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah, well, I think you should know this, Corey. Like, remember the legendary collections? Like, there was the original one, and then there was like the GX one with like and then
the GX
like,
one
so on
had
and so
like
forth.
it was like a book. Yeah.
Yeah. So the original one was also like a binder, and it came with it's funny. This was the original legendary collection for Yu-Gi-Oh. It came with It came with the Egyptian god cards. And it was in like a binder, and in the binder were 6 packs, and it was Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, Magic Rulers or Spell Rulers. You know, it's like the renamed version. Pharaoh's Servant. Then I want to say it was Invasion of Chaos, and oh gosh, I forget what the 6th one was.
Wasn't
the
it
6th pack was.
It was the I forget what it's called, but it's the yellow pack with the Gravekeepers and like Helpho Emma on the front.
Oh, that's a Pharaonic Guardian.
Yep.
It might have been that.
I think it was that.
Might have been then. Yeah. So basically, those were all reprints of those packs. So they're not like the original unlimited prints of those. Because you're right. The Konami logo would be different on those. So these are technically just reprinted versions of Legend of Blue Eyes. So it has like better quality. Like you can just tell by the cardboard, it's better quality. The text is better. Like, you know, because I remember like the original. If people who are fans of Yu-Gi-Oh, if you ever go back and read like the original Legend of Blue Eyes cards, like the text is hysterical because it's just like for example, Monster Reborn. I think I have one with me right now. Like a modern Monster Reborn, and it just says like target a monster in any graveyard, summon it or special summon it, and then it's short, sweet, to the point. But if you read an original Legend of Blue Eyes Monster Reborn, it has like 5 sentences, and it's like select one monster in your graveyard, or you can select one in your opponent's graveyard. Then summon that monster to your field under your control. You may summon this monster in any position you like face up. This is not considered to be a normal summon or flip summon. This is a special summon, like because it was like the first of its kind to do this.
They just had to over-explain everything. That's great.
Yeah, it was really funny. So that's, but yeah,
that
technically
clears that up. Yeah.
Oh, it does. Yeah, but so technically those are like these packs, like the cards. Technically, they are unlimited Legend of Blue Eyes and so on and so forth. But it's all. I think they call it a problem-solving text, or where the text it's concise and like revised and everything. So, but the cards are still very, very nice, and you can get like really crazy cards. You can get like like the Legend of Blue Eyes pack. You can get Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, Monster Born, and all that stuff. Metal Raiders has like Black Skull, Mirror Force, all up until even Invasion of Chaos, where you can get like Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Emperor Dragon. That's that. Like so. They are really cool packs, and yeah, I got this box, and it said like in the video I explained like how I wasn't sure if it was offering you 9 packs and a legendary collection, or in a how do they word it? A legacy pack or a vintage pack, or if it was going to be like there's 9 and one of them is a vintage pack. But no, it was 10 packs with one of them being a legacy pack, which it was a Legend of Blue Eyes pack, and I was just blown away because like that's like wow, this is actually really good because like a Legend of Blue Eyes pack, even the Legendary Collection ones are like over like $10. I think they're maybe even like $15. I'll have to double check that later. But so you got that. So that's essentially like either 30%, like 33% to 50% of your money right there in just one pack, which is pretty cool. And then you get 9 other packs, which essentially like at retail you paid $3 for, because 10 packs times $3.
Right.
So and a lot of these packs are worth much more than $3. So that's why I'm so happy I made that video when I recorded the opening. I didn't actually open the packs, but I just explained, like, these are like for like people who want to get started on like a sealed collection. This box for $3 is incredible. I was blown away. And normally I don't trust those like MJ Holdings boxes, like the mystery boxes and everything. But like it said, yeah, like 10 packs, and it came with 10 packs. And they were also, again, like they were solid packs. I was really worried there was going to be like the battle packs there, like,
Yeah.
If it's like battle pack 1, then okay, then we're talking, because those are really hard to find. Those actually are worth money. Then there's like battle pack 2, which is like it's okay, and battle pack 3s are like super. They're like still really dirt cheap. Maybe they'll see a price jump. Of right now, those packs are like super dirt cheap, and it's like that's not the kind of pack you want to pull at one of these boxes. Actually, I remember the one time, it was like, this is back when I was hanging out with you up in Reading, and you wanted me to record a video for your channel back when you were doing Corey Slayer TCG.
Yep.
And you opened up a box of Battle Pack 3, and I think like the only good card you got was the Shatter Foil Rare Daigusto Emerald, which is funny because that card actually ended up being like a $50 card at one point. But like I remember you weren't happy because you didn't pull. I forget what the chase card was in that set, but you didn't pull it. So then you ate the emerald, and you're just like, oh, it tastes like my tears. I'll never forget that. That was so funny.
I don't remember any of this. I gotta go look it up. Did it have Lavalval chain in it too?
Maybe, because usually emerald and chain kind of like went hand in hand.
It might have been 101. I don't. Did 101 get a reprint?
There were none in that. It's been a long time, Corey. I remember emerald being one of the cards you want to get in that pack. You know what? While we're talking, I might actually go look it up, because I'm really curious.
I'm also just looking it up right now too.
Yeah, it's Battle Pack 3.
Oh, there were like the Forbidden. I just saw Forbidden Lance was in here. Let's see here. 1 hour Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We're looking at old Yu-Gi-Oh sets.
Everyone loves Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's okay.
Card Trooper. That's an okay reprint. Let's see here. A lot of monsters. Yeah, these sets always had like a lot of random things. Yeah. I get it though. They're more for the draft, and I've done like the actual thing, that draft play, which is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah, there were like a few little like notable reprints, like again, like some good commons and everything, but like I forget, like the main cards, I think there was like a couple like Exceed monsters. There was
Scapegoat.
Like again, there was
that's not it.
Scapegoat. Hey, at one point that card. Oh wow, there was a Stygian Street Patrol. Sorry, again,
Night Beam. Yeah,
Night Beam was a good one, I think, at the time. Yeah, again, guys, this is now a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. Get over it. Deal with it.
Breakthrough Skill. That's a good reprint.
Oh, here we go. Actually, that is also one of the.
And then there were also those
there was.
Go on.
What was that? No, I was gonna say like I found the page of all the Exceed monsters. This is kind of like why you bought the pack, because you wanted to see like what the Exceeds were, and I think it was like Leviair was in the set. Like that was a really good card, because it would summon a banished monster. Emerald, Cowboy, but yeah, there was no Lavalval chain.
I might have wanted the Alucard. I think that's what
Alucard's in it.
Yeah.
Premature Burial, a couple band cards.
I also remember that this set had like the new, like it had the 6 unique cards, like Typhoon or whatever that trap is. That's almost like a MST.
That's right. Right. And Typhoon actually was like was an expensive card. Yeah.
It was like a side deck card.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. Though. I probably have that video like privated. I gotta go find it.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say you're opening up and you didn't pull. I guess you were trying to pull like all the other cards. And again, it's funny. The card you ended up getting it turned out to be the best card in the set, like a couple years down the road. And then I remember you eating it, and then you're just like, oh, it tastes like my tears. And I go back and watch. I was like, Corey, what are you doing? It's an expensive card now. Oh man, I think even now that card's probably worth like maybe like 10, $20. I don't know. I'll have to look. It's been a while since I saw that card's price.
To tie everything though back a little bit, I did initially ask you about the Legend of Blue Eyes pack because a few weeks ago my one buddy was saying how he actually found a few of those packs loose in Walmart. And I'm like, what the heck? Where are you finding LOB in Walmart? And he actually said like he pulled like almost a holo out of every pack, and he said he got like the head of Exodia. He got
nice.
the blue eyes in the set. I'm like, oh my god, you pulled incredible. And he's like, yeah,
that's really good. Yeah,
I don't know how he managed, but no, another one of my buddies. But yeah,
good.
I was just shocked. I was like, yeah, where do you get LOB? Like I was like they had to have reprinted it or something like that.
Yeah. Well, and I'm so happy we're talking about this now because like at there's a Target near my work, so sometimes I'll stop by there just to pick up a few things like grocery wise. And I always stop by the cards section to see if there's any just good sets. And the one time I was there, and they did have this is not what I found in the box, by the way, but I did see like a whole bunch of Legend of Blue Eyes blister packs. But like again, it was one of these like MJ Holdings things where it's like one random pack and like. Or no, I think this is why it was so insane. It was 2 legacy packs in one of these like Walmart or Target blisters, you know? And I looked at it and the whole shelf was full of them. To be honest, I should have just bought them all. I should have done it. But like it was, I want to say like 20 like blisters of, and in each blister were 2 packs, and I think all of them were one Legend of Blue Eyes pack, and these were all the reprint, you know, but still a Legend of Blue Eyes and a Metal Raiders. And
wow,
I don't know what they were charging. It was probably like, I think they were probably charging like $10. So you're paying like $5 a pack, which again for those is a good deal. And I thought to myself, like, yeah, I'll buy it. I think I bought like 2 just because these are kind of cool, and I kind of want to add them to my collection. Then I think I had to go back to that Target the next day to pick up something, and I went by that section, the card section, and it was cleaned out. And I think, man, some guy probably just walked by and thought, man, what loser didn't buy these? They're all mine now. He just bought them because technically that is a really good deal. But maybe that's what your buddy saw. Maybe they did have like just like a random release of these blisters with all these like crazy like reprint packs in there.
When you say stuff like that, I always just think of every once in a while I go to my local like dollar store and, you know, I'll just pick up, I don't know, like paper towels or who knows what. But they have those like packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that's just a bunch of cards in a plastic thing. And I always want to buy a few of those and just see what the hell's in them.
Man. I think I have gotten a few of those in my spare time, just like not at the dollar
shits
store,
and
but just
giggles.
like just because I think it's because it's like when they say there's 20 cards including one holo card, and it's like, okay, well, let's see what the holo card is, and it's like a rare. And I'm like, that's not a holo card, like, come on. And all the cards are just complete trash, and they charge you $5 for it, and it's like, oh my god, this is just so bad. It's probably just like the ones that you're seeing at the dollar store.
Yeah, so it's never worth it. Got it.
No, never.
I'll leave them on the shelf then.
They're like a meme just to see. Let's see what kind of garbage. Basically, that's where like if you and your friends want to open up those packs, you can have a competition to see who gets the worst pulls. That's like the competition.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I like that.
Uh,
Hey, who knows how far we are into the episode, but why don't we actually officially start the podcast now?
Yeah, sure, why not? I think it's a good time to start.
Give the people what they want. Hello,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Everyone, and welcome to the Level With Me podcast, episode 84. I am one of your hosts, GameBroCorey, and I am joined with my co-host, Mike, a.k.a. The Collector's Vault. How you doing today, Mike?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Corey. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Level With Me, the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast on the internet. So happy to have everyone here. Let's talk more about Yu-Gi-Oh! What do you say, Corey?
It's time to talk about video games. That was
nice segue.
That was my best. Oh God, what's the name of the guy who voices Yuki?
Daniel Green.
Dan Green. There it is.
Yeah, aka Knuckles.
Oh right.
Yeah.
You know,
hey, Sonic.
hold that Knuckles thing. We'll get back to that in a few right here.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
This is the Level With Me podcast. It's the #1 Yu-Gi-Oh! And video game podcast in the world. You heard it here first because it's true. And we're going to start things off nice and easy with some video game news over the past week. But actually, first, we're going to start with a few mixed media news, or I don't know. It's all about like movies or new like series coming out. So again, we're going to give the people what they want, just like HBO Max is. HBO Max announces new adult animated show, including a Velma Dinkley origin story.
What?
Are we going to see Velma? Fuck. Oh, guys. Oh.
Oh, my God.
HBO
Velma.
Jankies.
The one that got away.
HBO Max has announced series orders for 3 new adult animated shows, including a Scooby-Doo spinoff that will tell the origin story of Velma Dinkley and a revival of Clone High. I heard people like that a lot. This is ridiculous. I'm very interested to see what happens with this. I'm hoping it's going to be vibes of the kind of like the Mike Tyson animated show that came out a few years ago. Because that was also like a mystery solving thing, and it was actually made by Hanna-Barbera or whatever they're called, which is cool. So yeah, I hope this isn't too like just, oh, we gotta go with every joke that everyone's ever made before. Like, are they gonna literally just be like, oh yes, Shaggy's always smoking weed. He's been smoking for years. I don't know.
I mean, technically, if it's like adult themed, maybe they can be more explicit and not make it like a joke. They can just straight up have them smoking weed or something. And be like, yes, children, he is a pothead. Deal with it.
I don't know. I don't know why my mind just went to a scene of like the gang trying to unmask someone, and they just rip their flesh right off their face. This is my mind, guys.
That's what Shaggy does when he uses 1% of his power. He's like, he's like, oh, I can't do Shaggy's voice. Like, oh, Freddy, let me give it a shot. He just like rips their skull off.
Yeah. Sweet man, his face looks like pasta sauce.
That was a very strange Shaggy. I used to be able to do a bit of a Shaggy. You have to like let your voice get really raspy. Like, I can't do it anymore though. I can't do it on the spot. Give me 5 days and I'll be able to perfect it.
Give me 5 hours and I'll nail it. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was silly. So we also have some video game movie news because, you know, Hollywood is always making video game movies to appeal to the youth, the children. And, hey, speaking of people who people love, Jack Black joins the Borderlands movie cast as Claptrap.
Oh, you mean the Claptrap from Donkey Kong Country?
I
love that character. I love that character.
I couldn't do yeah, you got it.
Yeah, ow, my teeth.
I'm not seeing a comparison there. Like, I don't know. I assume Jack Black is gonna try to do that voice, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't see it. Have you heard Borderlands Claptrap talk? Are you familiar?
No, I'll be honest. I'm really not. For a second there, I was thinking of the guy. I wanted to say I was thinking of the one robot from Duke Nukem or something, but that's kind of like what I'm picturing in my head. But I will be honest. I have never played Borderlands, so I can't picture or I can't hear in my head Claptrap's voice.
I can actually do a Claptrap because it's not that hard. It's kind of like, "Hello, stranger," like kind of like that, and it kind of goes up and down, almost like because he's like, he's like a robot, a little bit of like synth in there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hi, I'm gonna be voiced by Jack Black.
I keep seeing them cast people for this movie, so I'm curious to see if a trailer's coming. Well, I guess if they're casting, they probably won't have a trailer anytime soon. But I mean, it's happening. Weird. Out of every like video game series, weird that like the Borderlands game is like moving so quickly. Like, you know, people for decades have been crying for like a Metal Gear movie, which is also happening, but it's just funny that, you know, the Borderlands movie is moving faster than something like that. Speaking of video game movies and shouting back to the Knuckles and Dan Green comment, Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel named Sonic 2. Was anyone surprised? And guess what? The 2 is made out of tails. Tails.
It's very well done. I think the logo. I appreciate it.
All we're missing is Sonic with Toad with his thumb like, come on, we gotta go. Or, the classic logo.
Yeah, like him doing like his little peace, his little peace symbol. Actually, I think he did it on the box art for Sonic 2. He had like his little peace symbol for number 2 or whatever.
I wonder if with Sonic or with this game or movie, I'm getting so confused now. I wonder if this is the one where they're gonna kind of go balls to the wall and just have Knuckles in there, have Amy in there, just the whole Sonic cast.
I'd be perfectly happy with them not putting Amy in this. Knuckles would be kind of cool because Knuckles is just a really good character, and he is, I would say, part of the original, the classic Sonic. Technically Amy isn't classic Sonic; she's in Sonic CD. But I would say, if they want to introduce Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in this movie, that'd be perfect. And the cool thing is, I saw we saw spoiler warning. You do see Tails at the end of the first movie. That was a bit of a teaser. But someone, and I'm sure people have seen it before on Google. If you Google Knuckles and if you try to avoid all of the Ugandan Knuckle memes, there actually is a really good concept art of Knuckles if he was designed using the same art style as Sonic from the Sonic movie, and Knuckles looked really good, and it's I can see them doing this. So I hope if they do that, I hope they do give us Knuckles, and I hope he looks like that. Tails looked pretty good, so I'm fine with the way he looked.
I'm just chuckling to myself over here because I just almost forgot about the initial Sonic movie design, and I was just thinking it'd be interesting to see the versions of the other characters with that initial design of that horrible CG Sonic.
Oh my gosh, the human teeth and everything. I would love to see
a Tails and a Knuckles
a fox. Yeah. Just like a fox with human teeth. And it was funny, echidnas, let's be honest, echidnas are really strange looking animals.
They sure are.
So, I would hate to see a realistic looking echidna as Knuckles. It would be pretty horrifying, I'm sure.
The artist who was in charge of making the echidnas for that movie, after they're okay, we're going to rework everything, make Sonic look better. They're oh, thank God, this is going to be impossible to draw before. Now I just have to make this hedgehog slightly different.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Corey, I totally forgot. You're right. Again, spoiler warning, but in the very beginning of the movie, there is that little echidna tribe. So technically that's probably what Knuckles would look like. And again, they look pretty solid, so I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're going to do for the Knuckles design.
All I'm waiting for...
Did you see the movie yet?
No, but don't worry.
I'm spoiling it for you. I'm so sorry.
No, I knew about that, and the week after the movie came out, I saw the little thing with Tails coming out of the ring. It's fine.
Okay.
I do want to watch the movie. I heard it was actually good, but
yeah. It's very enjoyable. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm just waiting for when Shadow comes out with his gun,
And he says his famous line.
Nice cock.
Ugh. I was thinking of something different, but okay.
We're not doing the nice cock bit again. We're not doing it again.
I was thinking of more when he goes, "Oh, damn, not here." But yeah, you had to go with the sex reference.
The memes.
My God, Corey.
The youth, they think it's funny. All right, forget it. All right, I'll scrap the bit. We'll forget about movies. We won't talk about them. We'll go back to video games. I hear them. They're at my door. They're pounding. We want video games. I'll give it to you guys, all right? Calm down out there. All right, video game news. So, last week, we had a little story where, I guess, some sort of, cyber hacker organization group attacked CD Projekt Red. And,
I remember this. Talk about that.
Yeah, they apparently stole, a bunch of their files, as well as, the source code for The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, Gwent. And there's a follow-up here. Stolen CD Projekt Red files reportedly now sold after dark web auction. Files stolen from CD Projekt Red in a ransomware attack revealed earlier this week have reportedly now been sold in a dark web auction. Dark web monitoring organization Kela reports that an auction set up to sell the files has now been closed after a satisfying offer was made from the outside of the forum it was being held on. That offer reportedly stipulates that the code will not be distributed or sold further. Cybersecurity account VX Underground also reported that had heard the sale was completed. It's very strange to me that I'm reading a news story about dark web auctions. I feel like this doesn't exist. This seems like a parody. Or like, am I reading this on The Onion right now?
No, I've read this before. I watch Wreck-It Ralph. The dark web is a real thing.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Borg!
I don't know. Like, honestly, reading this story, I'm like, I wonder how hard it is to get these files. If you can sell stuff on the dark web, huh? That might
technically, it's just like send me this money via PayPal, I guess, or however, or send me a Bitcoin, and then I'll send you like an email with all the files in it. Something like that, I'm sure.
And then I'll send you this cooler full of human livers, and we'll be good.
and that's a deal.
I assume that's the kind of actions that go on in the dark web.
I'm sure much more disturbing things go on in the dark web.
Well,
probably selling children in the dark web.
Oh boy. Am I even supposed to make a joke about that?
No, well, no. If you want to, I'm not going to stop you. But I anyway.
Yeah, let's move out of this one. Segue. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Everyone loves Rainbow Six, right? Yeah. What's the brand new game coming out? Rainbow Six Quarantine? Ooh. Yeah, you might want to change that, guys. And they actually plan on it. Rumored.
They should have called it Rainbow Six Corona. Much better.
They could have the military guy holding a beer. Sponsors everywhere. People love it. Like the little
or he's staring at the sun during a solar eclipse,
All of the guns have like yellow and black camos, All right. Rumored Rainbow Six Parasite is the placeholder title. So yeah, Ubisoft is going to change Rainbow Six Quarantine, which is the next Rainbow Six game, to something else, obvi. And they're working with Parasite, which I think that sounds fine. Because for those of you who don't know, Rainbow Six Quarantine initially is kind of based on this like limited time mode they put in Rainbow Six Siege, where there's, I believe it's like somewhere in between like a zombie and an alien, and it's more like a horde type mode where it's like PvE, and they're kind of just going to branch that off into its own series. And I'm interested in that because I haven't played a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, but from what I played there, it was a lot of fun. I like the Rainbow Six series. They're good first-person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense that they were going to change the name. Like, everyone was like, yeah, considering the pandemic happened, I don't think they're going to keep the name Pandemic.
Rainbow Six COVID.
Rainbow Six Wear a Mask.
Oh, my gosh.
Rainbow Six Feet Apart. Oh, that's great. I got it.
Oh my!
I'm writing that down.
Title drop.
I'm writing that down. That's actually good.
That's probably the most clever thing you've ever said, Corey. I'm sorry. That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Every once in a while, once in a decade, I have one. All right.
Everybody gets one.
Speaking of getting one, Sony want new video games on our PS5s. Well, not me. I don't have a PS5, but yeah. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart releases this year, June 11th, 2021. Hey, that's cool.
Hey. I wonder what raunchy reference the title is like a pun of, because all of the titles are all like I think they're all supposed to be like inappropriate puns. I don't know if you ever noticed that. Like it's like up your arsenal is one of them.
Yeah, and the other says here Going Commando.
Going Commando is one of them. Like they're all like puns. I don't know what Rift Apart is. I'm sure if you go Wikipedia, they'll probably explain what it's referencing.
Or Urban Dictionary.
That too. Going there right now. Anyway, continue with the.
I've actually never played any of the Ratchet and Clank games, but considering there's not that many games coming to the PS5, I'd like to try this one.
I've seen gameplay like ever since the original one came out on the PS2, and the games look like a lot of fun. They really do, and it definitely seems like the IP that if I were to play that on the PS2, I probably would have been a huge Ratchet and Clank fan. But alas, I never got into them.
And I feel like it's just screaming like us because it's almost got that Nintendo or Rare charm to it, you know?
I definitely see like the Rare charm to it. Let me see. Where's the trivia? I want to see what the name is a reference to.
You'll have to wait until the game comes out so they can find it in the secret code.
Yeah. I'll just buy it off the dark web and then I'll find out that way.
Yeah. Hey, we were just talking about Nintendo. Nintendo, you know, they've been going through a lot of hell over these past few years with their Joy-Con drift issues, a lot of lawsuits going on back and forth. And I guess Sony was all like, hey, we want to get in on that. As Nintendo's like, wait, really? Do you? Well, yes. PS5 DualSense controller drift class action lawsuit filed against Sony. I didn't even know this was a thing. A U.S. law firm has filed a class action lawsuit against Sony alleging that the PS5 DualSense controller is defective due to a drift, and that Sony was aware of the problem without disclosing it. The suit calls Sony's conduct fraudulent, deceptive, unlawful, and unfair. I mean, if they're not going to tell people about it, like at least Nintendo was like, yeah, we know it's a problem. You can send in the Joy-Con and we'll fix them, you know?
To be fair, I will give Nintendo some shame here because like they were basically trying to like pretend like it never happened until the lawsuit came up, and then they said, yeah, sure, we'll fix it for you. So I think they're all a little bit shady.
Yeah, I think Sony should do something like that though, and either add.
They should. They have to do something. I mean,
if anything, at least be like, okay, everyone gets like a free month on PSN or a free $10 for PS Plus. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. So here, please don't bankrupt us. We'll give you some free stuff.
All right, folks, you've all been waiting for it. We saved the best news for last. The Nintendo.
The politics. Here we go.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I read the first line.
What has our president been up to since he's in office? Apparently, he's playing Mario Kart. That's actually. Go ahead.
It's probably the only thing I like about Joe Biden now that he likes Mario.
That's what the article says, though, folks. President Joe Biden apparently plays Mario Kart. It seems the 46th president enjoys a bit of Mario Kart, although he's apparently a little rusty these days. You don't say. I'm sure he's playing on that mode where the car just keeps driving as he's nodding off, you know. Like, come on, Grandpa Biden or Joe.
He's like, oh, I hate this game. I never liked Tetris. And it's like, no, Grandpa, it's Mario Kart. And he's like, what'd you say there, Sonny? No, I'm your granddaughter. And then he just passes out.
As reported by Kotaku. No, you're good, man. In a story post published to Instagram by Joe Biden's granddaughter, Naomi Biden, the president can be seen playing Mario Kart Arcade GP DX at the presidential retreat Camp David. Oh, excuse me. It's not even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's the arcade one, which is also pretty fun. That one's harder, though, because you actually have the pedals and the wheel.
I bet like Biden's not allowed to drive anymore, so they just pretend like, don't worry, Grandpa, here, you can drive me to school, and they just put him in the arcade.
He's like, it's not the same.
Yeah. He's like, well, get out of the way, crazy driver. My granddaughter in the car with me. Just
Wario doesn't react to me when I yell at him. I don't know why. Like I don't know why my Joe Biden's like so groggily and angry.
No, sit on there, Joe. Just ignore the crazy people on the road. I can't do a Joe Biden either.
But what I was trying to say before we got into politic talk, which is, I guess, is our new favorite thing we love to talk about. Our second favorite thing is Nintendo. We save all the Nintendo news for last. That was a Nintendo story. It had the word Mario in it.
It did.
just to say, okay. But anyways, speaking of big people like Joe Biden, the 46th president, we have another big person right in front of us here. Post Malone is performing at a virtual Pokemon Day concert. What is going on with the Pokemon Company? First, we got Katie making a song. Now we got Post making songs for Pokemon. What are they doing this year? What's going on, man?
If he doesn't sing the original Pokemon theme song, I'm gonna riot. I'm sorry.
Guys,
I don't want to hear any new songs.
I'm a simple man. Why don't you just make a video game? Where's Pokemon Heart, Gold, or Diamond and Pearl remake? Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe. Well, yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Exactly. Don't get ahead of yourself there, Corey. Calm down.
The Pokemon Company announced the news with a trailer, which shows Post Malone transforming into a digital avatar of himself after thanking Pokemon fans for their support and brandishing a Pokeball. The animated version of Malone suggests that the concert could be a hybrid between live action and virtual performance. I assume it probably will be like that. Yeah, this Pokemon, I think it's like the 35th anniversary or something like that?
25th.
Oh, 25th, my bad. Yeah, it's getting weird. I'm curious who else is going to join this roster of we're making Pokemon songs, y'all.
Like, I mean, and I'm just going to be very honest. I don't know the truth of behind this, but I really doubt that Katy Perry and Post Malone like Pokemon. Maybe they do. I mean, who knows? I don't know their personal lives. I just feel like of all the people you could have gotten, like Katy Perry is very popular, so I can kind of see them just getting her because of her, for publicity. Post Malone, I only ever think of him just because I think he looks weird. So I don't know any of his music. I don't know if he sounds good. I don't know if he has a nice voice. So if he's gonna be doing like this weird virtual concert or whatever, it's like, why didn't you just do? I mean, I don't know. If it was me, I would just get the bands that they hired back in the 90s that did all of the Pokemon songs, like from the cartoons and the movies and everything. Get them and just play that over and over again, and people will go nuts. Because I don't know what Post Malone sounds like, but I'm just like, even though I'm saying I hope he just plays or he just sings the original Pokemon theme song, I'm worried it's just going to sound ridiculous. But I don't know. What do I know?
That's an interesting point. That's probably all they're going to do is just have them sing. Yeah. Well, I assume they'll make their own songs, but then they'll probably also, have them do the original, those songs that were from the first Kanto series or whatever. Yeah.
The Pokemon rap. Oh my gosh. I would love to see Katy Perry do that. I don't want to hear her thinking like singing her songs like, I don't know, baby, you're a Pikachu. Yeah, I want to choose you. Something, or something along those lines.
Oh, that was beautiful. Guys, I specifically didn't talk during that, so you could clip that, make it your ringtone, whatever.
I don't know why they didn't just hire me to sing there. But
true.
My point.
Maybe they'll hit you up. Is Pokemon Company. We're talking. Come on.
Yeah, money talks. I'll come over. But the point is, I'd rather just see her do the Pokemon rap. I think that'd be hysterical, and I would pay. That's something that I would actually enjoy seeing, as opposed to her just singing random songs. Then again, there are soundtracks from the original show, the movie. I think there's one that was called To Be a Master, and it had a couple of just cool Pokemon songs. And there were some that were supposed to be sung by Misty, so it'd be kind of cool if she sang those songs. I just don't want to hear any new songs because I can only imagine them being just not very good. I don't know. Maybe
I can't wait for Katy Perry to mispronounce some of the weird Pokemon from Gen 7 and Gen 8, and then all the fans are like, Meh.
There's even some of the original Pokemon I'm sure she'll probably mispronounce. I mean, oh my gosh, I can't even think.
Gary Das.
Oh yeah, I would love that. That's exactly it. Oh my gosh, that's such a good example though. Her trying to say Gyarados will never work. Oh my gosh. That actually reminds me. There was it was right when Pokemon Go first came out. At my work, it was actually one of the girls that worked there. She's like, yeah, I actually caught this apparently really good Pokemon. at like the park, apparently everyone's like freaking out. Oh my god! And this is when Pokemon Go like first came out. She was saying, yeah, like I was at the park and everyone's like freaking out. Oh my god! Here, there is one right over here. There's one right over here. And I caught it, and it's like a big like dragon thing. I don't know. And I think she tried to pronounce. I don't even know what she said, but she tried to pronounce the name. And apparently, she couldn't do it. And she was like the only one of her friends to catch the Gyarados. And I think I like jokingly freaked out saying, "You don't deserve that. You can't even pronounce its name." That was back when like if you had like a Gyarados, you were like the shit because like no one could find them.
Right. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, the beautiful time in the world when everyone played Pokemon Go together when it first came out.
And caused car accidents and everything when they were trying
Walked
to get
off
Pokemon.
cliffs.
Drowned.
I almost trespassed for a Snorlax. I didn't.
I almost trespassed for a Blastoise. I didn't find that jerk. He was on the radar, but I could not find him.
But yes, transitioning smoothly from big people, our president, Post Malone, and arguably the biggest, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah, the Reginator himself.
Reggie says the Nintendo Switch's success made it easy for him to retire. Former Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé has said he instinctively knew the Nintendo Switch would be a success and that his confidence in the hybrid console made it easy for him to retire. In a wide-ranging interview with Gamertag Radio's Danny Penna, which you can listen to in the tweet below. Well, if you go to the IGN article, if you just search it up, it is, Gamertag Radio. Fils-Aimé explained why he initiatively knew that the Switch would capture the hearts and minds of gamers across the globe. It was this feeling, Fils-Aimé said, that allowed him to call time on his 16-year career with Nintendo, which had been giving serious thought to since the passing of Satoru Iwata in 2015. It's not a surprise, Fils-Aimé said, and candidly, knowing that it was going to be a success is what helped me make my retirement decision easy, because I knew the company was going to be in great shape for at least a few years. Great shape, man. I'd say they're almost like the best they've ever been.
Yeah, they're doing very well. The Switch is like I think easily going to be like the best selling console they've ever had. Like besides the handhelds. I mean, actually, it's funny right here in the lower part of the article. Nintendo recently revealed that the Switch had surpassed the lifetime sales of the 3DS. So right there, it already sold more than the 3DS, which is incredible. So. It's going to break 100,000 by next year, or by the end of the year. It's going to break 100,000, which is incredible. So that's very good.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like this is just going to be a nice like lily pad. Like it's going to keep going, considering they have to announce that Switch Pro soon, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Huh? Oh, what am I talking about?
Shut up, Corey. Shut up.
Yeah. No. It's okay. What I meant to say is, hey, Nintendo news. Remember that what's that game called? Link's Awakening remake that came out a few years ago? Well, apparently,
I remember.
The Zelda remake studio Grezzo is hiring for a new medieval and stylish project. Grezzo, the Japanese game developing studio known for such games as the Switch remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening and the 3D versions of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, is hiring for a new, quote, medieval and stylish, unquote, project. As spotted by Nintendo Everything and verified by IGN Japan, there are currently 3 job openings, 1 programmer, and 2 designers, and they tease that Grezzo is looking to develop a game that won't necessarily be photorealistic, but aims to have a stylish take on reality.
To be fair, that's all I can ask for. Just get like photorealism is only good when you achieve it, but like it's with these kind of games, like medieval, like give me the stylized, man. Just give me like the crazy artwork and the beautiful artistic visuals. Give me that stuff,
I know this is a big swing, but I honestly think it'd be really cool to see if they actually just made like their own IP, like original game.
Oh, I'm fine with that too. I mean, like clearly they're good at making Zelda remakes, but hey, yeah, try something new. Like I'm never opposed for companies trying to do something new.
I swear I saw like a few days ago, and this is probably just a rumor or some bullshit, but someone said like there might be speculations of a Phantom Hourglass remake, which would be interesting. I don't know how that would necessarily work on the Switch, considering how much of that involve the touchscreen, but that could be interesting, I guess.
The Phantom Hourglass. That yeah, oh yeah, you're right. That was the that definitely usable. Well, the Switch does have a touchpad, right?
Yeah.
So it could utilize it.
In theory, it could work.
Yeah. I think I think that will work very well. It's a strange choice, though. I mean, apparently, I think. Wait, no, I've never played that game before. Yeah, so I don't know. That's a game I wouldn't mind playing. To give it a shot.
I played it for a bit. I think I got pretty close to beating it, but yeah, you'd use the stylus to like draw like where your boomerang or your arrows, like pretty much almost all your items. I think you'd use the touchscreen. I even think you might have moved with the touchscreen. Like that's how you controlled Link, if I'm not mistaken. I forget though. Yeah,
I think it's kind of how it gave you like analog control, kind of, because you kind of would like direct him with the stylus and everything. At least I think that's how it worked. Because I played the Spirit Tracks, and that is basically like the exact same style and like engine as Phantom Hourglass.
Who's to say what they're going to be working on? I mean, honestly, if they're just hiring for some project now, we might not know for a few years. But you know what I do know, Mike?
I know that Nintendo has been so quiet, and they were never going to tell us anything ever again.
Yeah, I know. It's really sad. Like, when are they going to announce a new Direct?
I don't know. Maybe when I have a kid, and I can be like, "Well, son, there used to be a beautiful time when I was your age, where we just got Directs every couple months. It was a glorious time.
Hang on,
a past time."
I hear the mob outside. They're chanting something. Let me listen.
Oh no, they're back. Oh gosh.
Nintendo. Why are they getting so hype? What did I miss something? Was I under a rock? Like what? I was just playing Cyberpunk, guys. What's going on?
Yeah. What's Prime 4? Oh, that's just the voices. That's just the voices in my head. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Huh? How about what? Nintendo Direct focused on 2021 games announced for February 17th. That's tomorrow. And it's going to be 50 minutes long. Huh? There'll be a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate announcement. Whoa!
All joking aside, I had like my jaw like dropped. I was like, no way.
It's happening.
And at first I was very skeptical, and I'm like, well, it is, and it's funny. It kind of mentions this earlier, like later in this article. I was thinking, well, it's Zelda's anniversary, it's Metroid's anniversary. Like this year. I want to say it's Donkey Kong's anniversary for 1981.
Right, yeah,
81 isn't 81. I think when Donkey Kong first. Oh wait, now I gotta look it up again. When the original Donkey Kong on the arcade first came out. Let's see, Donkey Kong arcade. It came out in 81. Oh
wow, you got it.
Yeah, 3 anniversaries.
That's a good answer. But
Anywho.
You're like 100% right. Like, we have to see some sort of announcement for like the Zelda anniversary. I would specifically think that one. The Metroid one, that's kind of a little bit of a fever dream. I could see it happen, but I don't know. I want to hold my breath. Same with the Donkey Kong one.
It'll be minute 49 and 29 seconds when
hey guys, you can play Super Metroid and the original Metroid on the Switch on virtual consoles. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and you're like, all right, bye now.
Oh man, I laugh because like it's real. I can see it.
Damn it, Miyamoto, and his laughing grin.
It is cool though that it says first half, because I think this is definitely going to show us what Nintendo has planned for what I would call the May-June window. Because if y'all remember, March we have Monster Hunter Rise. We talked about this. This is not a Nintendo game, but it is a Switch exclusive, so that's a big game. Then in April we have Pokemon Snap, or New Pokemon Snap, or whatever the official title is. So again, that's just leaving 2 months of what could potentially be like big first-party Nintendo games. I think we're going to see or Legend of Zelda HD, like kind of like the Mario thing, like a collection.
Honestly, I think because the Mario collection works so well, the 3D All Stars, I could definitely see them doing that with like Zelda. Like maybe they'll do it with some of their big 3D titles. You know,
The question
wouldn't
is,
they?
like, what are the games? If I would have to guess, I'm thinking Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. But there was that big speculation about them remastering Skyward Sword for the Switch, so I don't really know where that falls into here.
I think that falls in the same like the Nether with like the Prime Trilogy port. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah, sure.
and the shame because I love Skyward Sword so much. It really is a great game. You know, yes, the controls hold it back, but the game is really incredible. So I think that definitely deserves a second chance on the Switch.
The one thing that does worry me if they are going to make a Zelda collection akin to the Mario collection, I hope we would get that remastered Ocarina of Time for the 3DS and not just the N64 ROM of Ocarina of Time, but I feel like that's what they're going to give us.
They might. To be fair, that might be a bit more nostalgic. I think it'd be cool if they put the 3DS version on there. You know, like that's just I don't know. They could do the Wind Waker to the games that you pointed out. They could do like, the Wind Waker and the Twilight Princess HD ports, just put them on the Switch, and then they could do the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time. I mean, it could probably work. Like just remove the 3D effect, and you know, it's the game just looks better, it runs better, it's optimized. Like Mario 64, like how they just basically put like Mario 64 on there. That's just, I think, well, I guess that's kind of like saying, well, why did they put the DS version? But that was like basically an entirely different game. You know, like it was Mario 64 on the DS, but like, you know, you started off as Yoshi in that game, like, so it was a bit different. So I think that's why they wanted to stick with the classics and just said like, no, this is like truly Mario's 3D All-Star games. But with Zelda, it's like they had so many, like ever since Ocarina of Time, you know. So it's kind of hard, like kind of like you said, like what 3 would you choose?
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
It's tough.
And even kind of calling to that 3D, I'm going to kind of change the subject slightly here, but do you think that maybe this is the direct that we see that also rumored Metroid, Samus Returns, whatever that was on the Switch? I feel like at this point that like little thing that they revealed was just like a product placement, like, oh, we'll have Metroid games on the Switch at some point.
I don't know. I mean, I think Samus Returns would work pretty well on the Switch. Just again, because I think like it did fine on the 3DS, but yeah, just put on the Switch. It just makes it more accessible for people, you know. And I mean, no, so now I'm like really speculating that because it is Metroid's anniversary, and Nintendo, they have to know that they screwed up the 20th anniversary for Metroid back in 2016. So. I mean, technically they did release a game, but it was, you know, it was not the game people wanted. So I really hope that they do right by the fans, and like despite, you know, I'm pretty sure Prime 4 is still maybe like 2 years away, and I can accept that. I think they should maybe at the very least give us like an update, like maybe kind of like what they did when Prime 4 was delayed. They had like an actual like little like, you know, like 5-minute like, I guess 5-minute mini direct where they explain themselves what like, you know, what happened. I think it'd be kind of cool if they just say, yeah, like I think they did something very similar towards the end of last year, where EJ Ayuma was like coming here saying, yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 is still in development and everything. Like, I think they could do that for Prime 4. Just say like, I forget the executive that talked. Forgive me, I can't think of his name. I forget, but if they have him like come back on and just say, yeah, here's the progress, we're hoping it, like, and they don't even have to give us like a year or like a release date. They can just be like, development's going really great, we're very happy with it, and like, you know, like we might tease like the logo again, or like a revised logo. Maybe they'll tease like what Samus is going to look like. You have to give us something, even if they don't show us anything, but just give us some words explaining that the game's in development and doing very well. That'll put a lot of us at ease. But then, so because, you know, I'm not getting my hopes up for anything else for Prime 4, I would love them to do like, oh, hey, for the anniversaries, like, because technically, you know, Metroid and Super Metroid are already on the Virtual Console or the Nintendo Switch Online. So right. I think it'd be kind of cool if they would have released maybe they'll put Game Boy games on there, and then they can have like, you know, maybe like Metroid 2 on there. Maybe they put Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance.
I was going to say Game Boy Advance would be dope.
That'd be really nice. Yeah, there's so many good Game Boy Advance games.
Mhm.
So that'd be kind of cool. The Prime Trilogy port would be even that could be like that. And I was gonna say that could be like the Metroid 3D All Stars version, I guess, because Metroid has a big long history of being 2D games. So, and I think there's no point in them releasing like, oh, you can buy Metroid and Super Metroid. Like, no, don't do that. They're all available on Nintendo Switch Online. I think they could just maybe if it's like a $5 thing, where like, oh, now you can buy the game, and like for those who don't have the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, I guess they could probably do something like that. But I would say for the 3D All Stars equivalents, give us the Prime Trilogy. I think that'd be really cool to have for the Switch. I also am hoping that we do get a brand new 2D Metroid game, because I heard that Mercury Steam, which I think they were the name of the company that worked on Samus Returns, I would love it if they actually. Rumor is that they are working on one, but I would love it if they actually did work on a brand new 2D Metroid game, like not like another remake or because Samus Returns was a remake. I would love for them to do a brand new Metroid game. Technically, the game that we've all been waiting for is Metroid 5, the game that takes place after Metroid Fusion. So like that's like my wish list. I want to see something like that and release it on the Switch. I think even if it's a 2D side scroller game, just like classic Metroid, it'll look gorgeous on the Switch. Sorry, that was a lot. I couldn't help myself.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's an exciting moment especially that's 50 minutes long. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a significant amount of content, I think. As long as they're not focusing like a half an hour of that on Smash Bros.
I hope not. I assume it'll be one trailer, and maybe it'll be like, oh, and then Sakurai will have his little direct where he explains the character, a week or two later.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with them like focusing like maybe like 5 to 6 minutes on like Smash Bros. And look, here's a new DLC character. All right, like that's cool, that's great. But like we want new stuff, like new games. So hopefully we get some good stuff. I hope they talk about Bayonetta 3. I hope to talk about No More Heroes 3. I can't wait for them to talk about.
I would assume we get announcements about both of those. I was just
at least by now.
I was going to ask you, do you think we even hear anything about Breath of the Wild 2? Because they did, and this even can kind of go back to what you were just saying. It does like kind of have an emphasis how it's the first half of 2021. So does that even mean, will they even have any updates about those games? Because technically they're not probably going to be coming out in the first half of 2021 unless that'd be a big bombshell. Like, whoa.
Yeah. I can definitely again, this is just me speculating. I'm predicting that we will get Breath of the Wild 2 by holiday 2021. I can see it. So I can see them maybe just teasing it. Like maybe they'll say, "Hey, Breath of the Wild 2 will be." It'll probably say released holiday 2021. Like that's all they have to do to get people hyped up. Like again, like you don't need to give us like an actual release date or even a release month. They can just say it's coming out holiday 2021, and I think that'd be awesome.
I definitely think it's going to be coming out this year. Now, a lot of people were speculating that with the Breath of the Wild 2 release, that was also going to coincide with whatever the new Switch hardware is. Do you think that Nintendo is going to talk about that at all in this direct?
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Man, at this point, I'm not even sure I'm not sure what to say regarding like the Switch Pro or whatever it is, because I think the Switch could definitely hit like it definitely needs a bit of a boost. So I think if they're going to release like a Switch, whatever you want to call it, the Switch Pro, I think this is the time to do it, especially at a direct, the first direct in it's been a long time. Over a year now?
I think it's someone said September 9th or 2019.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it was definitely like well
there was
before
no
COVID
proper
hit.
direct. Yeah, I was gonna say there was none in 2020.
So I can definitely see like this is definitely the time for them to do it. Like, and I would say this they could even I'm not sure where they would place it in the direct, like within the 50 minutes. I mean, I guess they could. That could be one of the things that they end the show on, like oh, here's all of our games. Oh, by the way, the Switch Pro's coming out, and it'll make all the games run better, and et cetera, et cetera.
I totally see that Switch Pro trailer and right into a Breath of the Wild 2 trailer.
Oh man, and we'll find it. It's tomorrow, man, at 5 p.m. Eastern
5 p.m.
time.
Eastern, that's correct.
Oh man, can't wait.
Who do you think the DLC character is going to be for Smash?
Man, I don't know. I was gonna say Geno, but I lost that. Clearly, Geno's never happening. So I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be. Again, this might be a reach, but I do think they're gonna give us Sora. I think they have to give us I think they're gonna. Maybe not this. Maybe not tomorrow, but I think in the next patch or the next lineup of characters, I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna give us the unthinkable and give us someone like Sora. That'd be cool. I mean, and that'd be huge.
I would love that, and yeah, that'd be a big pop.
Yeah, I think people keep saying Doom Guy, and I think Doom Guy is a possibility because he has been on Nintendo consoles.
I was gonna say I could see that.
Yeah. Just to debunk Master Chief. No, he's never going to come to the Smash. There's no point. He's never been on a Nintendo console, so it can't happen. I would like to see other characters from games. I could see them bringing another Sonic character. I can see them bringing
Tails or something. Yeah,
Tails, Knuckles. It'll probably be. Well, no, Shadow's in the game as an assist trophy, so I guess it wouldn't be Shadow. Maybe they'll bring Robotnik. Again, because they've been doing a great job, bringing in some villains. So maybe they'll bring us Robotnik. That'd be kind of cool.
Character that I have speculated is it could be Crash Bandicoot.
Crash is a great one.
Fit that mascot era characters, And they just
definitely
announced a week or two ago how that Crash 4 is coming to the Switch, so it'd kind of coincide perfectly.
Yeah, that'd be a great promotion for that. Yeah, I think Crash might be one of the very last big mascot characters from the 90s.
I know a lot of people still really want Dante from Devil May Cry in there. I could see it. Maybe not this announcement, maybe one of the next ones, but I mean, who knows? Capcom already has a lot of representatives in there with Mega Man, Ryu, Ken,
Pac-Man.
Well, Pac-Man
is Pac-Man
Namco Bandai.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fake gamer card. Just
before we get on from the news, I also just want to ask, do you have any a wild card things that you just want, random crazy wishes?
Two things.
Okay.
These are my wild cards. Whereas this is the Hail Mary, wherever it happens, I'll go nuts. And I'm not even big fans of these IPs, but please revitalize or revive, whichever word you want to use, F-Zero and Star Fox. Star Fox again probably doesn't need it as badly, but give us that would be that would be the Hail Mary touchdown that wins the Super Bowl kind of announcement where it's guys, we're giving you another F-Zero game, and I think people. I truly think people would lose their minds. They would be and people who don't even care would be oh my gosh, this is incredible. I think that would be exactly what Nintendo has to do. Their stock will double in price instantaneously if they announce that. And Star Fox could definitely use a new game. Personally, I would love to see another game like Star Fox Command or Star Fox Assault, because those were not the traditional games where you're in the air when you're in your spaceships the whole time, where you actually have to walk around with guns and everything, or Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah, I thought those were cool.
Yeah, they were cool. I would love to see another game like that, because again, the Star Fox Zero was. It wasn't very well received. I think they have to stop trying to just stop remaking the original game over and over again. Just give us something new. Give us an adventure style game or a command or assault / style game. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I agree.
Those are my. So what are yours? What are your wild cards?
So I definitely was gonna say right there with you. I'd love a new F-Zero game, please, Nintendo. Star Fox is a good pick. That one I see more than what my wish is. I honestly would just love either just putting a port on the Switch of this or a sequel to Kid Icarus Uprising, because I think that was critically underrated 3DS game. It was personally I think my favorite 3DS game. It was so good.
Sakurai, like that was a game that Sakurai worked on, and I admit I never played the game, but watching, I'm like, this game, the game looked incredible, and I heard a lot of good things about it. But yeah, it's just so underrated and unknown. That's the problem. So that's definitely a game that I think would look great on the Switch support. And because I think it did utilize like the touchpad and everything, so it could work very well on the Switch. I agree. Give Pitt the love he deserves.
For one minor. Oh, go ahead.
No, let's say, or maybe even a new Kid Icarus game. I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then one minor hope, which this honestly, this is like a flip of the coin, but I love the Kirby games. Maybe if they announce a new like Kirby game, I might be excited for that.
It'd be cool. I mean, we got one last year, but I mean, wait, or 2 years ago?
Well, Star Allies came out in, I think, 2018, and then that Kirby Fighter came out last year, but that's not really a Kirby game. It was more like a Smash or like a party game type thing, Yeah.
I mean, Kirby games are fun. I personally, again, I would say give us more like the obscure ones. Give us like Kirby 64. Like give us like one of those kind of games.
Kirby Air Ride. I liked it.
I never played Air Ride. But but I think Kirby 64 was called like the Crystal Shards. That game was fun. Like I think that'd be kind of cool. Again, go back to like the more obscure ones, not just the traditional 2D ones. Like they're great and they're fine, but we had that already. Give us like some more crazier ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that could be interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll all know tomorrow in just a few more hours.
No, I'll tell you what, Corey. I haven't really been watching and playing that much. So I mean, if you want, I can go first and just to get it over and done with, or I have no problem with you taking the microphone first.
I'll go first. I think you might have went first last week, so I'll just go through mine real quick.
Alrighty.
I don't have that much, but I got a few things to talk about. So like I mentioned, I didn't really watch like too much new stuff because, I was spending time with Megan, a lot of music videos and the random other stuff I was watching. But on Saturday night, we actually decided we're like, okay, well now we're getting sick of all this Roku TV bullshit. We should actually watch like a movie or a show or something. And we decided to sit down and watch Inception. We actually, neither of us have seen the movie before.
Oh, really? Okay.
My girlfriend knows, like, I guess how it ends. I really didn't know much about it other than the memes of, like, oh, it's a dream within a dream within a dream. And after, like, the first, like, 5 or 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, well, now I kind of get the concept of what this movie is about. Unfortunately, I can't really give a full review because we actually both, like, fell asleep halfway through it. So I need to go back and finish it. But from what I watched so far, I was enjoying it. I thought it was a really good movie. I also didn't even realize that Leonardo DiCaprio was like the lead actor in this movie. I don't know how I didn't know that. But yeah, I was enjoying it. I thought it was cool. I also like Christopher Nolan. I think he's a good like director.
Yeah, his movies are pretty cool.
But other than that, in terms of what I've been playing, I wanted to shout this out. This isn't a video game, but I actually have been playing a few. Well, I've been playing one board game with Megan and her brother, and it's called Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. So basically the concept of this game is it's set in like the Dungeons and Dragons universe, and you pick like one of 6 different classes, and you kind of like go through this like dungeon that you kind of like build, and as you like go through the different levels, you get items, you get like event cards, and you also get these things called like omen cards. And eventually what will happen is after you get enough omen cards, this mechanic in the game called the haunt will happen. And that's essentially when the game kind of changes from, oh, we're just kind of exploring and looking around and looting to, oh, now there's actually a end game. And usually what will happen is when the haunt begins, whoever was the player who initiated the haunt almost will become like the bad guy, and the rest of the people playing will become like the heroes. And then there's like these nice like books that there's kind of like dozens of scenarios. So depending on what like space you landed on in the dungeon, they all have like names. And depending on like what items you have determines what haunt you're playing. Like there's different types of haunts. Like sometimes you can verse like a dragon. Sometimes you can verse like a troll, and they have like different situations going on there.
Interesting.
Or other times, like one of the ones that I played this weekend is actually there wasn't really a villain when the haunt started. We all kind of were like at the same point where essentially the scenario was that we all grew like a second head, and the second head was like a evil crazy head. So our job was to chop off the evil head before the evil head like tries to kill us, or chop off the sane head essentially. And that was kind of interesting because it was kind of like, well, who's going to lose to the evil head first and become the villain? And then, you know, working between there. It's a little hard to explain over audio because there's a lot going on. Also, there are different variations of this game. The original version is called like Betrayal at Haunted Mansion or Haunted Hill or something like that. It's more like a paranormal type thing. Like it's more like you instead of this one's based on like D&D, where that one's more just like, oh, you're exploring a mansion and then the haunts become like a different type of ghost or maybe like a monster or something like that. This one's more like combat oriented and medieval, I guess, but it's a lot of fun. We've been enjoying that. I've been sitting on that board game for a while. We've just been waiting for a night to actually sit down and play it. So that's been a lot of fun. I've also been playing more Apex Legends. Just been hopping in there, just grinding away at it, trying to just relearn how to play and just get like a little bit better at it. I mentioned last week I didn't get to try the new weapon they added, and I've been playing around with that a little bit more now. It's called the 30-30 heavy rifle, and it's pretty good. It's kind of just like your run-of-the-mill like DMR rifle, you know, like it has like, it's not great at close range, but it kind of excels at like this medium to long range. And something that's kind of cool about it is the longer you're like scoped in, it actually like charges your shot and it will do more damage if you know, max out your shot. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I've been having a lot of fun playing that, and I've been playing that with some of my buddies, so that's fun. I also randomly got back into Pokemon Go. I downloaded that on my phone because every once in a while I want to get into like just having some game to play on my phone. For a while it was Legends of Runeterra, but I kind of fell off that game. So I was like, I kind of want something to just like play every once in a while and hop in and just kill some time. So I got into Pokemon Go again. I'm not like too into it, obviously. It's cold around here, and with the pandemic, I'm not like going out and walking and getting a bunch of incubators and stuff like that. But you know, I'll just like open it like every once in a while and see what Pokemon are in my vicinity, or if there's like a stop or something. Honestly, I should have downloaded this before I went to Pittsburgh because maybe I would have got more stuff, but I downloaded after the trip. But yeah, that's just a nice little thing that I'm going to be getting back into. They added so much. I think they're on Gen 7, I want to say now at this point. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how quickly they're getting up there. And all the like cosmetics and Team Rocket's there, and like every day like I have a battle with some Team Rocket member. There's a bunch of like different challenges they added in there. I think you can also just like fight like other trainers like without having to meet them in person. I know they also added like virtual or like mobile raiding because of the COVID pandemic. They implemented like you can just do it from your couch, which is kind of cool. Maybe I'll look into that.
That's cheating.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, people could do that anyways before if you just like modded your computer or downloaded an emulator.
I was one of those people.
Oh, I get it. It's fine.
I had to get a Tarantor somehow, so I had to cheat.
And last but not least, I've been playing a lot more Cyberpunk 2077. I was just tweeting about this actually a few hours ago, and there's just I really like came around on Cyberpunk. Like I started it and I'm like, this is a little overwhelming. There's a lot going on. I don't know if I love this. And I feel like I didn't necessarily hate the game, but I was kind of like, this game it's not that great. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not really like digging it. But now I'm like, I wouldn't even necessarily say I love the game, but like I'm just really enjoying playing it. And there's just something that's like kind of satisfying about like actually going through the whole big open world and trying to actually complete all the little objectives. Granted, I don't know if I'm going to continue doing this because there's still a lot of little side missions I can do, but it does give me a nice feeling when I start at one point and I'm like, okay, I'm going to clear all these missions and go like mission to mission to mission. And some of them are really simple. Like it's just like, oh, clear this camp of like 6 enemies. And that takes like maybe like 5 minutes. So some of them are really quick. Other ones can get more involved if there's like a boss fight, or sometimes you have to like escort like someone to a certain area or something like that. But I don't know. I've just been enjoying playing the game, exploring the world. I compared it to like Fallout. Like I think that's why I'm really like gravitated to playing this game a lot, is because it is like a good Fallout game. And I like the combat. I like looting and trying to get better weapons, as well as just leveling up my character. I'm pretty close to the end of that game, so I could probably like beat it within the weekend or something like that. But just right now, I'm just enjoying like exploring and clearing off the map. It's kind of like meditative and therapeutic. I don't know. But that's gonna do it for my week. That's all I really played. What about you,
Awesome.
Mike? Oh,
Well,
wait,
once again,
wait. Can I have one more game? I just remembered.
Go right ahead.
All I wanted to say is also me and Megan played the classic, the OG Level With Me podcast or Level With Me channel video game. We played Clubhouse games. Remember Clubhouse games?
Oh yeah, our first video.
Yeah.
And then I feel bad now. We never really like we kind of like stopped doing that, playing games like playing games like together. You know, we only really did a Clubhouse. It was fun.
Hey, dude, I would always be down to go back to Clubhouse or do something else like that. We can talk later, obviously. But yeah, Clubhouse games, still a great game. Very underrated, small, like little party game. I know it's a very simple game. There's not a lot to it, but it is a great like party game, man. If you just have even one player, like me and my girlfriend, we're having a lot of fun going through all the different mini games. She kicked my ass. She actually beat me. She beat me in the, I think it's like best of 10 games. And she did win. I'm like, see? Yeah, usually she's always like, you're better at video games. I don't like playing anything against you. But I'm like, no, look, you can beat me at Clubhouse games. Let's play that some more. It's fun.
There you go.
That's all I got, though. I just wanted to put that in there. Okay, now you do your week.
Cool. So anyway, my week, again, nowhere near as extensive as yours. But what I've been watching... here's a bit of a sad thing. So I was watching the series Snowpiercer. I think I talked about it before, and I actually got up to like maybe like the 7th episode, and then like just this week I went to go continue watching it. I think I had maybe a few more episodes for the first season, and I was watching it like on demand for my Verizon Fios, and then it was for free. But then when I went back to go watch it this week, it was actually they were actually charging me like for the episodes, and I was like, "Oh no, what the heck is this? I don't want to pay." The show was okay, but I didn't think it was worth me paying for it. You know, I was honestly I was only really watching it because I knew of the movie Snowpiercer and it was free. And then they are working on season 2, and I think it's on TNT, so yeah, I could watch it, but like even the season 2 episodes that are listed on demand, but they were charging money for it. So unfortunately, wow. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get back to watching Snowpiercer, but oh well.
I get that, man.
Yeah, we did have the season finale for Below Deck of the latest season. We watched that last night, and it was sad because like we knew it was the season finale, but they were only at like the 7th charter of 9, and it's because we knew it had something because this was the season when COVID hit, so we knew like, oh, I bet they're gonna end it short because of COVID, and yeah, sure enough, the season was really good, like a lot of drama, so it's like, you know, just good drama to watch. But yeah, apparently the last 2 charter guests or parties, I guess, they I think in the show it was around like the middle of March. So then those last 2 charter parties canceled because COVID was getting really bad and like all the countries started shutting down. So it was kind of scary, like almost like reliving like that moment in March, like when Europe was getting really bad and like the United States like was having their case numbers like skyrocket. Like it was kind of funny like watching again and watching these people like, you know, like check the news and try to contact their families. It was actually like really like it was kind of scary to watch that again. It almost made you like you know like remember like a bad dream almost. It was kind of strange.
Yeah, I get that. That is odd.
Yeah. I besides like new shows, like I started watching. Well, it's funny. I started to watch the next episode for Washington Spies, but I didn't get a chance to finish watching it. I forget. I think I was watching it, but then I forgot. Then I remembered I have to work on the house, so I didn't get a chance to watch that episode 4. But basically that shows again just a show that I do want to keep watching because I like all that American history. Now we did watch a movie. This is a movie that I have seen before, but it was a movie that Amanda hasn't seen. So like we were kind of like spending time together, over for Valentine's Day, and I said, oh yeah, let's watch a movie, and we were kind of just scrolling through Netflix, and The Departed popped up, and I said, hey babe, like because we just finished watching The Irishman not that long ago, which I think I forgot to mention. So yeah, that's another movie I saw for the very first time. The Irishman, very good. So I told Amanda, "Hey babe, I think you would really like The Departed. It's another like gangster movie, and it's and I said so, and she said, yeah, sure, I'll watch it." And rewatching it again, I still think it's a great movie. I love the whole like duality of the two characters, Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio. Like it's kind of confusing like when you first watch it, but then you kind of get what's going on. And have you ever watched this movie before, Corey?
No, I haven't, honestly.
You haven't? Well, then I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, it's a very good like gangster movie involving like undercover cops and everything. It's very good. I mean, I would highly recommend it for you. So we watched that, and Amanda did really enjoy it. So I was happy that she enjoyed it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I really did as far as like watching things. As far as playing, I did not get a chance to play more ukulele, but I am really looking forward to playing that game. Just because it's very solid, it's very fun. I did get back to playing more Doom Eternal, and I think I'm up to the very last level, because in this last level that I was playing, I was shocked. It was a very long level. I think it took me like an hour to beat this game, and bear in mind, I'm not like a speedrunner. I like to go through these games at my own pace and just enjoy it. I don't like really just trying to plow through it. Plus, these games are kind of tough, so like I do like take my time, and I do die a lot because I'm just bad at these games. But very fun game. I'm really enjoying it, and I finally got my BFG, got my big flipping gun, and it's just basically that kind of like told me like, yeah, I'm getting towards the end of the game. So I got my final like weapon. It's only like a 2-shot. You think you only get 2 shots with it before you need to like find more ammo, and it just basically just decimates whatever you shoot at it. It just shoots like a big like green neon ball, and it just like kills anything in its path.
It's like a screen wipe, yeah. It just gets them all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's cool though. And the really neat thing was because in the game, like basically like you're like in like story wise, and the story is like not really that important. The game's just shoot zombies and demons, but like basically you have to go fight like the last person who's trying to like invade Earth from hell or whatever. There's all these like hell portals popping up all over the planet. So to do this, apparently we have to go to like some city in hell. That's like, and then like, oh well, the only way to get there is there's like a portal or something in the center of the planet Mars. And Mars was the setting for the last game, Doom 2016. So it's like, oh, well, how do you get there? And I go, we got to blow up a hole. We got to blow a hole into Mars. And so, like, we go to like one of the last like human human strongholds. It's basically just like this giant like space station. And they have a giant weapon there called the BFG 10,000, and it basically looks like I guess like whatever weapon like the Death Star laser. Imagine that just like put on like a giant turret on like an asteroid. And so this thing does just shoot like giant lasers into space that could probably destroy a planet, and that's kind of what you do. You have to go commandeer it and shoot a hole into Mars to open up this portal to hell or something.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous stuff. And the cool thing is like you playing as Doom Guy, go into this thing, you shoot Mars and create this hole, and then like the machine's like falling apart, so then you kind of just like grab like a part of the cannon with you. It's like it's like it looks basically you kind of just grab like a giant like cannon piece of it, and it's like, oh look, you have the BFG 9000 or whatever. So I don't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now I have the BFG. So then like the first thing it does is it just sends like a whole bunch of demons after you, and then I guess to teach you, hey, this thing can just kill. It's like a screen nuke. And yeah, pretty fun stuff.
Guys, it's important to know if you take an iPhone 10 and you just cut a little piece off, you actually have the first iPhone. That's how it works.
Exactly. It was really weird because the first time I'm like, oh cool, like I thought maybe I was gonna find like a weapons cache or something, but no, it's like it's kind of like I can't even describe it. Like I guess like remember like in Star Wars, like in like the original Star Wars Episode 4, when like Luke and Han were in the Millennium Falcon, like shooting some of those TIE fighters. They're in like those little like gunner pods or whatever.
Yep.
That's kind of like what you were in, but like, it was like massive. And then when the thing started to self-destruct, you kind of just grabbed like the console that you were sitting at, and that was like the gun. That was the BFG 9000. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna argue. It was fun. And so yeah, and then the next part was so now you had to get to Mars, and so you actually like went into like another small like smaller but gigantic like gun turret, and you basically go over there, you kick like the shell, like whatever like missile that was going to be loaded into this thing, you just kind of kick it out of the way, and then you kind of like in your guy just like sits in like the gun, and then when it fires, you just shoot yourself into this platform, whatever, like near Mars. It was almost like comical, because then you just see yourself kind of just like pew, like like shooting like through space.
Evil Knievel.
Pretty much. And that's the best part. I was saying, like, what's gonna happen? Are you going to just like am I gonna splat on a wall like as like in a comical fashion? But no, you smash into a building, and then like you have like an epic landing when you hit the floor, and all these demons like see you land, and then you just whip out your gun and kill more demons. I'm like, it's so ridiculous, but so badass at the same time. So and then basically, I'm pretty sure I'm at the very last level. So when I get back to playing Doom Eternal, hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I'm assuming it might be the final level. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
It is called Internal. I mean, who knows?
It never ends. Which I would not be opposed of. The game's fun, so more gameplay is fun with me. And then finally, we did get to playing our next Let's Play. I know you are continuing to play No More Heroes, which I'm really looking forward to getting back to that this weekend.
Yeah.
Also to kind of let everyone know, I did start a new Let's Play. I'm working on editing the videos right now. Hopefully I'll have it released by the end of the week, but we are now playing Metroid 2. That's where we are returning to the Metroid series. So Corey watched me play a little bit of Metroid 2. I don't have the capability to record on the 3DS, so I'm not doing the remake Samus Returns, and I really didn't think that doing the original Game Boy game would be that fun. Again, I think the game's it's fun enough, but for the sake of for you guys and the viewers, and even for Corey, I wanted to do either Samus Returns or AM2R, and so I thought so basically I had to not settle, but like so we're doing AM2R, so that way we can get our Let's Play of Metroid 2, and AM2R is great, and I always enjoy replaying that game. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a couple episodes out to you guys sooner or later, and I'm sure we'll continue to play that this weekend.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And that's all I have for now.
All right, cool. And that's going to do it for the second segment of our podcast. Now we're going to end with the last segment, where we're going to read some questions from you, the listener. So you have two ways of sending in the questions. You can either send us an email at levelwithmepodcast@gmail.com, or you can contact us through our Instagram account. It is Level With Me Podcast, and there is a underscore after each of the words minus podcast. But yeah, on Tuesday when we record these, we'll put a questionnaire up, or sometimes on Monday, and you can send us a message there, or you can even direct message us if that works easier. And no matter what way you send us the question, we'll give you a shout out. Also, the questions, they can be about video games, they can be about collectibles, they can be about movies, they can be about shows, they can be about food. It doesn't matter. You can, a dealer's choice, have fun with it. So I just checked the email, and it's empty. What about the Instagram, Mike?
Yes, we do have one question. It is from our good pal, Owen Reese. He's back.
Hey, he returns.
I know, I missed him. And Owen asks, how have you been keeping busy during the pandemic besides the Level With Me podcast?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. It's a good question. I want to say I guess we kind of have answered this question many times, kind of just like, not the podcast itself, but through the podcast. I'm sure we've mentioned plenty of times what we've been doing, but I guess we'll make it official and we'll answer the question outright. So do you want to start, Corey?
I'm eating a lot. I order a lot of DoorDash. I eat DoorDash. That's it.
And there you go. Corey's being a fat ass. That's how he spends his pandemic days, besides doing the podcast.
Ironically enough, I did start going to the gym, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I do like that. But other than that, yeah, we do the podcast as well as the YouTube channel. I've been trying to work on that a little bit more. Of course, I do want to try to get back into more
streaming.
Of a consistent, streaming schedule. I was actually just watching a video about, setting some stuff up like that right before this. And yeah, it's just, doing stuff around my apartment, hanging out with Megan, trying to record videos with you or Abra or whoever. I don't know, man. Just trying to keep it, or just, trying to stay sane, I guess, inside. Well, you're right, Mike. After thinking about this, it's like, I kind of already do explain like what we do. I don't really have any other hobbies besides like video games and movies and whatnot.
All right. I mean, I guess is that it, Corey?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. That's it.
Oh, sorry. you went quiet for a second. I wasn't sure if you were just muted or something. Anyway, and well, for me, again, I've mentioned plenty of times on the podcast that I also, in my spare time, I try to play some games every now and again, trying to play some new games. I'm always going back to playing some old games because I just love them so much. So video games are definitely a part of it. Definitely not as much as it used to be, but spending time with my family, primarily like my fiance and my puppy. So, they're always like there. I love spending time with them on the weekends and when I can come in from work. So they definitely keep me preoccupied. Been doing a lot of work on the house. Again, me and Amanda got our first house together back in July of last year. And we've just been doing a lot of like house, not renovations, just improvements, painting and redoing a lot of the wiring, ordering new furniture. I've been really enjoying doing stuff for the TVs. I've been mounting TVs on the walls and running wires behind the walls. That way it looks nice and it's all concealed. Just kind of doing little things here and there, just basic home improvement. And then it does take up a whole day sometimes. And as far as other hobbies, I mean, I was like we said, the podcast, video games, but also I do love to work out. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to get my gym membership back. I've just kind of just been doing things in my home, doing simple things. I have a few dumbbells for doing curls, and I do push-ups, all that stuff. But I do want to get my membership back at the gym now that things are finally opening back up again. Let's see. Definitely doing my other channel, the Collector's Vault. And that basically just means me. I like to buy and sell collectibles, primarily Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Whether it be I acquire these through trades or I acquire them people who are just selling their old collections. I love trying to build up my collection, and I like to make money in the process. I actually have a couple cards I want to relist on eBay. And so that's a huge part of my spare time goes just to my favorite hobby, which is just collecting things. It's kind of a weird. I mean, Corey knows how it can be being addicted to cardboard. It's kind of sad, but it's fun at the same time. It really is a fun hobby. So I would say there's that. There's obviously trying to spend time with my friends. We've actually been doing a lot of wedding planning because my wedding is actually it's next year, February 25th, so it's right around the corner. So I've been definitely keeping busy during the pandemic with just wedding planning. Getting the bachelor party and the groom, the bridal party set up with the groomsmen and the maids of honor, or the bridesmaids, excuse me. Yeah, so we got the bachelor parties planning. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's it takes up some time. Let's see what else. I would say, yeah, that's pretty much like the main things that I do just in like my spare time. It's no, I think it's great to have hobbies, especially during the pandemic when you are kind of limited to doing things. But yeah, I hope that answered your question, Owen.
Yeah, Owen, I hope you're finding yourself full of a lot of hobbies. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I hope you're keeping your time busy, Owen.
Yes, Owen. We hope you're not just sitting in the corner twiddling your thumbs. Believe me, I've done it before. It is not fun.
And I mean, if you need something to do, Owen, and every other listener, you could always go to the Level With Me YouTube channel, and we have a couple videos up there that you could watch. There's a whole Luigi's Mansion 3 Let's Play. There's a whole Metroid Zero Mission Let's Play. You just uploaded the final part of the Donkey Kong Country Let's Play.
That's true. Yep.
So there's plenty of video content there right now. So there you go.
Yep. Plenty of stuff to watch. Yeah. Plenty of good laughs. It's true, guys. If you guys want a good laugh, I think our Let's Plays are pretty funny. We have a couple good jokes every now and again. So
I peaked at Rainbow 6 Feet Apart. I don't know if I'll ever have a funnier joke.
That was gold. Mwah. I did the chef's kiss.
But with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the Level With Me podcast this week. Like I said, I am GameBroCorey. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, of course. Also, this is a weird one, and I didn't really mention this, Mike. But when I was in Pittsburgh, one of the videos that I recorded for my Snapchat, my girlfriend's like, "Oh, you should put that on TikTok." Or I think I forget how we were talking about TikToks, but she's like, "Just upload something, start doing TikToks." And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So I have a TikTok now. It's GameBroCorey, all one word. There's 2 videos up there. I relish in the fact that I am the social media king in my apartment. My first TikTok video almost has 700 views. I don't know how it happened. It's literally a video of the wings that I was eating, and then the TV cutting to, I forget, some pop star doing a music video. But give me a follow. Go check those out. I'm going to try to make more TikToks. I think it's fun. So you can expect me to, do all the cool hip new dances and whatnot. What about you, Mike? What do you got?
Well, if you guys want to find me, I am not on TikTok, but I don't know. After Corey just told me that little story, maybe I'll consider making one for myself. I don't know, and I could always do a little dance with some of the cards I have, or some of my boxes. Maybe I can juggle
Get
or
Leo
something.
on there, everyone.
Oh
loves
my gosh!
animals.
To be fair, I could make a whole TikTok about Leo, and I'm sure it would be amazing, and people would love it. But if you guys do want to find me, you can find me currently on Instagram and on YouTube at the Collector's Vault. Again, we'll have all of our stuff linked down below. If you guys like collectibles and especially collectible trading cards like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff, sports memorabilia, or if you guys just want to talk, please, just reach out to me. If you guys love, especially if you guys love video games, reach out to me and the Corey. I'm sure once Corey gets his Twitch going and gets his live stream going, that'd be really fun too. That way you guys can watch him stream and play games. I'm sure you guys would love to watch him play games like not Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity. So yeah, please give Corey a follow.
I do really need to get back to that. Thank you. I appreciate that though. End the show, Mike. Say the show. Say it. Say the funny joke.
Nintendo. Funny
guys,
joke.
it's tomorrow. Go home. Gosh, I can't control it.
A funny joke. Prime 4.
Cries
Tear.
forever. More like Metroid cries. We got it. Okay, see ya.
Bye, guys.